Good morning, everyone. For those of you who might have noticed, I am in my new room in my new apartment and it's coming together so nicely. I'm gonna do a little video on like a room tour. That's a different video. This video is going to be on how I make my point of views. I get so many questions on how I do the voices, how I come up with the ideas, how I film, edit. All those questions are going to be answered in this video when we film a POV together. One question I get a lot is how do you come up with POV ideas? And I come up with them a couple different ways. One is scrolling on YouTube Shorts or TikTok or IG Reels and see what POV ideas are trending. Sometimes you'll see a whole bunch of creators doing the same POV idea because it's trending at the moment. So I try and hop on trends when I can. Otherwise, some of the ones I've created myself completely, I've pulled inspiration from quotes or books or movies, or honestly, sometimes I'm just lying in bed and I'm like, oh wait, that's a good POV idea. So I just go with whatever inspires me at the moment. But today I thought it'd be fun, since we're doing it together, is to try the 3-word generator. So I'm gonna pull it up on my phone and it'll generate 3 random words, and then we're gonna make a POV with those 3 words and see what happens. Also, if this works, this will be a great tip for you guys too, to kind of come up with your own original POVs. Okay, let's see. I'm on randomwordgenerator.com. Number of words, let's do 3. Generate random words. Here we go. Choose, road, and grief. Okay, so maybe the character has to make a choice. There's 2 roads, so there's 2 choices, and it has to do with grief. So either the character's grieving and has to make a choice, or the choice might lead to grief. So maybe the character has to pick a person to die. So they have 2 choices and they have to pick which person they want to die, and them grieving their loss. Let's just go with it. So now that I have a basic idea, whether it's good or not, then I will go into kind of like a loose form of like script writing, basically, because otherwise I'll get in front of the camera and I'll just be like, and we don't want that to happen. I'm just gonna go to my notes. Okay, so the character in the beginning has 2 choices and has to pick someone to die. And let's make it really hard for the character. So let's do, well, we could do mother, father, sister, brother. Let's do best friend, boyfriend, because that'll be interesting. Who should she pick? Rock, paper, scissors for the boyfriend, rock, paper, scissors for the girlfriend. How about this? She picks the boyfriend, but the catch is the boyfriend was in love with the best friend. Classic storyline. Okay, then I can kind of pick the tone. Do I want it to be super dramatic? Do I want it to be comedic? Because it really depends on how I'm presenting myself. And for the sake of this video, let's do dramatic. So that's honestly all I need to do really for the notes. It just gives me a basic guideline of some of the events that might happen. So first she has to pick a character, then she picks the boyfriend, and then she finds out at the very end that the boyfriend was in love with the best friend. Easy point of view. Now we're gonna film it, 60 seconds. I'm just now realizing I only have 1 tripod, so this is about to get interesting how I'm going to film this. Okay, desperate times come to desperate measures. This is my makeshift tripod. Let's see if it works. Okay, so far it seems like it should work fine. I have my little tripod set up. I brought in some of my like studio lighting just to light up my face a little bit more. And now I'm ready to record. Okay, so first thing I will do is I will open up the TikTok app. First, get ready for a surprise. Oh, and it's Anna Sitar. Okay, awesome. Anyways, I'll press this little button down here, which is like the record button to make. I'll go to 60 seconds because that's about how long I like my videos, between like 50 to 60 seconds. And then I will just start recording, basically. So the first scene we were going to do is she has to choose between her boyfriend and her best friend. So let's film it. Choose who to die? My best friend or my boyfriend? What? Oftentimes after I'm done with the clip, I'll have the character exit the scene so you know it's like a new scene happening. Sometimes I'll change location, but based on the way the sun is and the lighting I can get, sometimes I don't have that ability to change location. For this video, we're not going to change location, That's why I'm going to be exiting and entering the scene so people know, okay, new scene, different person she's talking to. So she just found out she has to choose between her boyfriend and her best friend. So naturally, before she chooses one, she wants to go talk to her mom and see what's going on. And now she's going to enter the scene. Mom, do you know why I have to pick someone to die? But why? My best friend or my boyfriend? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Trust my gut? I'm an indecisive person. I don't have a gut. So I can already tell in this video, I'm running out of time. There's not going to be enough time for everything to happen that I want to, which is fine. This just means that we're going to have to film a part 2. A lot of the times I will mimic the response that I hear in my head. So for example, at that moment, the mom said, you have to trust your gut. Like, it'll be fine, trust your gut. And so I mimic it back. I don't have a gut, because then when I'm going through and doing the voiceover, I can remember, oh, okay, at this point, she's supposed to say this. Otherwise, if I just have really vague responses, I'm like, the mom could have said anything. Now, I only have about 15 seconds left to record. So for this 15 seconds, I'm going to basically have her choose, end it on the cliffhanger, and start part 2. Okay, think. Best friend, boyfriend. Best friend, boyfriend. I really don't want to be alone the rest of my life. Perfect, and that's where it ends. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and edit it and film the other voices. So I'll click OK. Adjust clips. And then I'm just gonna cut out like extra space. So there's a little bit of space in the beginning.
Choose who to die? My best friend or my boyfriend? What?
Also, since I don't have a tripod, you can tell that this is a very low angle, but that's okay. And then we're gonna cut it as soon as I'm like halfway out of the scene.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I had already recorded that part in the second part, so.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that's why I trimmed it out. Try and trim it as soon as my hand moves. I try and trim it as soon as I have like a movement that's gonna go to the camera. It's just dead space. You're gonna lose people's attention if you have like, oh, nobody wants to watch you press the button. Okay, so that's how I'd edit the video. And you could definitely use an external app too, just because TikTok makes it so accessible. That's why I use TikTok. But sometimes I also use Adobe Pro. Obviously, this isn't like the best acting or like it's all improv. It's not the best video quality either. But for the sake of this video, like I'm just showing you that you guys could start today. Okay, so now I'll go through and do the voices.
Choose who to die? My best friend or my boyfriend? What? Mom, do you know why I have to pick someone to die?
Okay, so I ended it as soon as she's finished her sentence, and I'm gonna press the little record button and film the mom's voice. Typically for the mom's voice, I try and do it like a little higher and consoling, just because that's how my mother is. So, everyone has to pick someone.
But why?
Because of mass population. Why? Who do you have to choose from?
Best friend or... But why?
Because of mass population. Why? Who do you have to choose from?
My best friend or my boyfriend?
And I was just checking to make sure the mom didn't talk over her, because as you're moving along, you can't go back and edit like a previous clip. So if I was at the very end and decided I didn't like the first clip, I would have to go all the way back to the beginning and redo all the voiceover, if that makes sense.
Friend or my boyfriend?
Really? Most people had to choose between bullies and murderers.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, relax. Just trust your gut. You can do this.
Trust my gut? I'm an indecisive person. I don't have a gut.
Well, yelling at me isn't going to fix your problem.
Yelling at me isn't going to fix your problem.
Perfect. And that would be the voiceover. Okay, so now that I finished the voiceover, I'm going to go into captions. Captions you can do in a few different ways. I could save the video and auto-populate it on like a different app, or I could type it out. Personally, I just type it out. So I go to the text. I'll type out her first word.
Between bullies and murderers. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so I'll do that. I'll make it fit on the screen, and then I'll do set duration. And I'll pick a color. Usually for the main character, I'll do pink or white, just because I think those ones are nice. And then for other characters, for the mom, I'll usually do yellow and best friend purple, boyfriend blue, just random colors. I'll go through and edit the whole video like this, and then it'll be time to post. Okay, so once I'm all done typing out the captions, then I will go in and I will pick a song.
Choose who to die? Choose who to die? My best friend or my...
Sometimes I'll pick recommended, sometimes I have like some favorites.
boyfriend? What?
And then I turn it down so you can hear the voice over the audio. And then I'll type out a caption, point of view, due to mass population, everyone must pick someone to die. And then I'll save it to my drafts. And I'll post this video when I post this video, so you guys can go watch it and check it out. But I hope that answered your questions on how I do the voices and how I make my POVs and edit them. But if you have any other questions, comment down below and I'll be sure to answer. And also let me know if you want to watch me make part 2.